This is a Thor News unedited chronological timeline compilation of the 11 series videos I've done in the last 2 years. It's got a lot of facts, it's got a lot of speculations, it's got a lot of questions, it's got a lot of jokes, and it's probably got some dumb stuff. So enjoy. I just wanted you to get a look at one of my favorite stories and where it started. I thought it was pretty cool when I was the first person to point out that they hadn't taken a photograph of Ceres in 10 years. So if you want to be kind of skeptical about stuff, that's a pretty good reason. Alright, enjoy. God bless everyone.
Thor News presents Ceres is a planet in our inner solar system, and it probably has life. Ceres. Now lift your skirt and cough, proto-planet. Oh baby, you sure are special. How special is she? She is the only dwarf planet in our inner solar system. She is such a mystery. Hidden is her history. So special, she is one of the #1 candidates in our solar system to harbor extraterrestrial life. It's so special, it's got more fresh water than planet Earth. So special, they haven't taken a new photograph of her since 2004. So special, I've started a new series about her. Alright, there's a lot of weirdness around this planet. Asteroid, dwarf planet, planetoid. How special is she? The largest asteroid known to mankind. Asterisk. That asterisk is a discussion for a whole nother video. Man, the more I learn, the more I don't know. And the more I have to learn. Crazy how that works. Ceres. It's a big water ice rock body, estimated at 950 kilometers or 590 miles in diameter. Though at this point, I gotta say, all the data is a bit, something is rotten in Denmark. It was discovered in January 1st, 1801 by Giuseppe Piazzi. It was the first asteroid asterisk ever to be identified. But at first, it was classified as a planet. And then, here's the deal. I went to look up when it became declassified from planet to asteroid, and I couldn't find that information, which was pretty bizarre. So it's like, they don't want us talking about Ceres at all. It says the Cerean surface is probably a mixture of water, ice. That sounds like life. Various hydrated minerals such as carbonates. That sounds like life. And clays. That sounds like life too. Sounds like a lot of life. Maybe that's why they named her after the goddess of plants, harvest, motherly love, growth, and the environment. Because it has a lot of plants, growth, environment, atmosphere, and motherly love. Why are they not taking a photograph of it for 2000? Since 2004. 9 years. Might have life. Has a lot of water. Okay, let's not take a photograph of it for 9 years. That is weird. It appears to be differentiated into a rocky core and icy mantle and may harbor an ocean of liquid and water underneath its surface. They've got some alternative names for Ceres. In 1943, it was called X13, which is weird. The classification of Ceres has changed more than once and has been the subject of disagreement. Ceres was given a planetary symbol and listed in such astronomy books for a half of a century. And then somehow, just like Pluto got demoted, earlier before, Ceres got demoted. So it's like Ceres got demoted, and then Pluto got demoted, and then Ceres got promoted to dwarf planet, I think in 2006. That's some crazy crap, man. NASA continues to refer to Ceres as an asteroid, but it is kind of like, it's also been called a minor planet, a small solar system body, a dwarf planet. Here's the weirdest thing. It doesn't look like just a giant rock like Vesta does. It has strange colors. There's a bright spot on it that is uncertain. And what I think is the weirdest thing is we haven't gotten any new data on this thing. We haven't gotten any new pictures since 2004. If you think we were waiting a long time for Ison to get new stuff, we haven't gotten new photos on this thing for 9 years. Why do you think that is? Why would they not show us new photographs with the magic Hubble? I mean, I'm sure they have a Ceres filter to where their photographic ability would have improved, right? Like, they could take a better photograph than 9 years ago, 2004. That's really weird. It's estimated the mantle has 200 million cubic kilometers of water, which is more than the fresh water on Earth. And what comes along with fresh water? Life. Ceres may have an atmosphere. It's got a ton of water, maybe atmosphere. They think it's a surviving protoplanet. Part 1 of Ceres. Ceres the series. Alright, yeah, this is going to be Ceres the series. Because Ceres is a newfound magical mystery that I have stumbled upon, and I'm creeped out. Why haven't we got a new photograph since like 2004? That is weird. I mean, that is like, what the heck? Okay, so it may have life. It's got a ton of water, an atmosphere. It's named after the goddess of nature and environment, and they won't show us any new pictures for 9 years. It's a new planet in our solar system. I mean, we get great photos of Mars, we get great photos of Jupiter, but somehow we can't get great photos of this. We can't even get improved photographs. I'm not even making a lot of jokes, because this is seriously creepy and weird. I mean, like, whoa, what the F? Hey, I know that the Dawn satellite spacecraft is going to Ceres and will be there in 2015, but that does not explain why we've had a 9-year drought of information. And I am very excited to hear NASA, or all the super science guys who scoff at my pseudoscience ship, to answer that question. Like, what? Why can't you put a camera on it, man? What is y'all's problem? Like, this is just too weird. So, okay. You know, looks like I got another hot potato on my hands. Didn't Buddha say something about holding hot potatoes? I think he said 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato more. No, I don't think Buddha said that. Kick ass. So, yeah, what the hell, man? Alright, well, I guess it's fun watching Thor news, even for me. I hope I stay alive, though. I mean, no, I can't wait, science guys. Tell me, why haven't we gotten a good looks at this thing? I feel like I'm just repeating the old crap, but hey, this is apropos for this situation, buddy. Okay, great. Man, these are strange times. I mean, it's so weird that, like, starting to have visions of, like, an Avatar situation where we've already got corporations over there mining that planet and forcing them into slavery. Crap! Thor News presents what is disturbing things out of our asteroid belt. Well, if you've been keeping track like I have, we have had a large uptick in meteorites, and fireballs in the last 2 years. The number has gone up exponentially. Now, several people will point to the fact that our cameras have gotten better, technology's gotten better. So somehow, in the last 2 years, better cameras have caused us to see fireballs in the sky with our eyes, and caused a 2,000% uptick in the last few years over meteorites. That doesn't make any damn sense. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't seem like anything in our society makes any damn sense anymore. So I'm gonna throw a theory out there. It's just a theory. You can debunk it all you want, baby. But I'm guessing maybe it's the alignment and the co-orbits of Ceres and Vesta, the 2 largest asteroids in our inner and outer solar system that we know of. Vesta is the goddess of the hearth, and Ceres is the goddess of agriculture and motherly love. Hello, ladies. What is the asteroid belt? The asteroid belt is a fashion accessory our solar system wears so its inner solar system pants don't fall down and expose their junk to the universe. And they could not handle seeing the inner solar system's private parts. No, that is not true. I made that up. Okay, now to the serious bit. The asteroid belt is a region of space between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, where most of the asteroids in our solar system are found orbiting the sun. The asteroid belt contains millions of asteroids. Non-pseudo astronomers and scientists think that the asteroid belt is made up of material that was never able to form into a planet, or the remains of a planet which got smashed to bits a very long time ago. The asteroids in the asteroid belt come in a variety of sizes: small, medium, large, and supersized. Some are very small, less than a mile. Some are quite large, like Ceres, which is about 1/4 the size of our moon. Well, so I'm gonna go ahead and guess that if we look at the orbits of Ceres and Vesta, with them almost being side by side together, so Ceres and Vesta are knocking crap out of there like 2 bowling balls. And part of the reason that Ceres and Vesta were not made planets when the IAU decided to not make them planets after consideration in 2006 is the fact that they hadn't cleared their orbit. Now, clearing your orbit is really kind of bogus, because if the Earth keeps getting hit with crap, can we really say that we've cleared our orbit? I mean, can you ever really clear an orbit? No. So, I'm proposing that what I'm saying, due to the orbits of Ceres and Vesta, side by side, they are the ones knocking crap out of the asteroid belt, because they're in the process of clearing their orbit. I know NASA has a lot of highfalutin, fancy orbital data tracking everything, but the question is do they track everything in comparison to the reactions of Ceres and Vesta? Now, of all the asteroids we know, Ceres is asteroid number 1. which means the biggest asteroid in our solar system. And Vesta is asteroid number 4, meaning the 4th found asteroid in our solar system. Now, both were so big they were found in the 1800s. Makes one wonder if our technology at times makes us lazy. Now, Vesta is the second most massive asteroid after dwarf planet Ceres, and it compromises an estimated 9% of all the mass in the asteroid belt. Vesta has some of the largest mountains in the entire solar system in the Resilvia crater. Did you know that? You do now. You're welcome. It'd be great to go skiing there. I love to snow ski. You go to the top of the mountain, ski all the way down. That's some of the funnest stuff you can do on planet Earth. Vesta has a mean diameter of 525 kilometers and 326 miles, whereas Ceres has a mean diameter of 960 kilometers or 590 miles in diameter. Though I would guess that Ceres' size here is an estimation, considering we haven't gotten a new photograph of it in 9 years. But we covered that in the other video. So yeah, that's just it. That's my guess. That these two giant planetoids are coming around the bend, coming around the mountain, if you will, together, side by side. And there's a chance maybe they are knocking crap out. And one of the reasons that, and one thing that makes me think I may have hit a hot button here, is that one of the reasons the Dawn spacecraft was first sent to Vesta and then will be sent to Ceres in 2015 is scientists wanted to get Vesta's exact mass so they could study gravitational interactions better, so that scientists could refine the mass estimates of asteroids that are in turn perturbed by Vesta and Ceres. So part of the main mission that they sent Dawn over there for is to see on what level and what scope that Ceres and Vesta would be disrupting the asteroid belt. So NASA was kind of worried about these two large solar bodies disrupting stuff in the asteroid belt. Well, then that's a good reason to think that, hey, maybe they are disrupting stuff from the asteroid belt. Now, this is way less doomy than a Planet X scenario. This just means that these two planets, women who aren't getting enough attention, are going to be causing a little bit of trouble here on Earth. How much trouble, we don't know. But we'll find out. But it is interesting. The more I learn about Vesta and Ceres, the more I love those ladies. Yes, yes indeed. Anywho, cool. So in conclusion, for my thesis summary of my theory, we're going to look at the facts. Ceres and Vesta are giant, side by side, and both female. Sounds to me like they could most definitely disturb and perturb many, many things in the asteroid belt. And Ceres might still be mad that she had been a planet for 50, 100 years and then she got demoted. So, woman scorned, you know. So blame the IOU if you want. They're the ones who piss these women off. If we see an uptick in larger asteroids coming around the bend, smack, smack, tickety tag. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And God bless all the soldiers who fell fighting for honor, truth, and justice. Though, let us honor their memories by figuring out a way to end all war all over the planet. God bless everyone. This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents Dwarf Planetoid series. Series, theories, mysteries, and conspiracies. I had a feeling that this story would eventually heat up. And ladies and gentlemen, the steam is rising. People are reporting that Ceres is shooting water volcanoes into space. Astronomers are asking, did that planetoid just turn into a comet? That sounds cool. Dirty snowball dwarf planet. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one of the core stories of Thor News Year 2. 2014, baby. There's a place between Mars and Jupiter, a giant gap, if you will, called the Asteroid Belt. Some people think a planet or planets used to be there. They got smashed by some other planet. So now all that's left is their debris. Although in that debris is Ceres, the very first asteroid ever found and was referred to as a planet for hundreds of years. And Vesta, giant planet core. I got a lot of theories. There are quite a few mysteries surrounding her. There's a hell of a history. And guess what? Yes, there are conspiracies. I have quite a few of my own. About 8 months ago, I gave a preview of what would come this year when I did my first story on Ceres. Blew my mind, really. So much so that I didn't talk about it till now. That everybody's talking about it. I feel kind of safe. Asked me another one of them important dumb questions. Why haven't you taken a photograph of Ceres since 2004? And can you rack focus on the Hubble? It's like there's a focus ring. Like if it isn't focused, it'll look blurry, just like this photograph. Now let's have some fun. Let's go to town. Man, I tell you what. This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents
Outer Space Update. It's all about perspective and experience. 2014 is weird. Asteroid 2014 Financial Times 37 is so new, nobody's talking about it. And it's not even on Space Weather, man. Alright, we're talking about potentially hazardous asteroid 2014 Free Throw 37. Is it going to hit us? Heck no. It's exactly 1 lunar distance, which means it might hit the moon. So focus your telescopes on the moon. Maybe you can catch the explosion and become a famous astronomer and get all the accolades that come along with that. Why am I talking about asteroid flamethrower 37 then? Because it supports a theory of mine that Ceres and Vesta might have some type of relationship with the asteroids in the asteroid belt. Because Ceres and Vesta, dwarf planet planetoids, are cool. They're in the asteroid belt. They're big. And they're interesting. So interesting, NASA's sending a satellite that reached Vesta, took some good pictures, and now is on its way to Ceres. And if you'll notice, being the hard-working kind of guy that I am, I've taken pictures, giving you one of those extra treats I do here at Thor News. I've overlaid their orbitals. As you can see, we're looking at feet 37. And then we're going to add Ceres. I dropped the opacity a bit, so pretty much line up there a little off. And as you can see, it kind of goes out towards Ceres, Ceres' orbit. Hey, look, Ceres, Mars, and Earth are almost in a straight line. They are aligned. And now let's add Vesta. There you go. Ceres, Vesta, Mars, Earth, all in a straight line. And if you'll notice, over here, the end point, shall we say, of its orbit, it uses part of Earth's orbit and part of Vesta's orbit. That's pretty cool, huh? I thought so. Okay, that's it. So yeah, it won't hit us. Maybe it'll hit the moon. But it is cool. I admit, I'm fascinated by Vesta, Ceres. Interesting stuff. Are they knocking asteroids out of the asteroid belt? I'm guessing yes. There are some hardcore sci guys who are going to say, no, 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 no. So, whatever, man. Okay, great. Just I'll let you know. Okay, so what did we learn in this episode? A, asteroid Funky Town 37 shares orbit points with Earth and Vesta. B, right now, Earth, Vesta, Ceres, and Mars are in a cool alignment. And 3, my funny is rusty. God bless everybody. It's going to be a busy space weekend. So keep on looking out for the Thor News of Space Weather. I thank you. Thank you very much. You should be bringing the jokes. But I can't. I'm all joked out. Don't worry. The jokes will return soon. Peace. Asteroids are getting married. Sedden has got a girlfriend. And I have been humbled. You know when they say self-made man? Well, that's total bullshit. No man is a self-made man. Technically, you'd have to give birth to yourself to have made yourself, you know? Stay cool.
This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents.
There are many reasons that I find Planetoid, dwarf planet, asteroid number 1, Ceres, a fascinating subject. One that I have not mentioned before is its alignment with Vesta, with Mars, and with Earth. Maybe alignments mean nothing. Maybe planets aren't like a giant cosmic clock. So maybe it's just a cool coincidence. Well, we agree that cool coincidences are cool coincidences. So then, even if that's all it is, then, hey, it's still that. But I have been pulling down the Ceres-Vesta alignments from stereo for a while. I don't think I got them all in complete proper order. But I do think it's really cool that they're almost in a straight line. And they have been traveling together like a swinging gate for a while. So include that with the fact that professional science has not taken a picture of it with a good camera since 2004. And the fact that it has more fresh water than Earth. It's in our inner solar system. It has an atmosphere. And it probably has life. That makes it a truly fascinating subject to me. And often people say, well, the Dawn mission is going to get there at the end of 2015. So you're making a fuss about nothing. So if I don't pay my taxes and the IRS contacts me, says, why haven't you paid your taxes? And I said, well, here's my plan. I'm not planning on paying my taxes for 11 years, but then I plan on paying 30 years worth of taxes. Okay, so get off my ass, IRS.
You know, like, what if the dawn camera breaks? We've had the SDO Eve break lately. The two stereo sun cameras are malfunctioning. We had the deep impact epoxy go offline during icing. You know, that's a lot of cameras you lose in 1 year, man. You know, they're not toys. So, you know, this idea of like, hey, you know, shut up. We're going to take a lot of photographs of it over a year from now. And no other situation other than ProSci, you really get away with that. You know, and I don't know if you've been reading the reports coming out of ProSci in the last year, but I keep reading all these reports that say, with the exact same cameras that they've had forever, scientists have figured out new ways to discover new shit, or new ways to do what they were doing much better. Okay, great. Then if that's true, show us with Ceres. You know, it's one thing to show us with articles on exoplanets 300 million light years away. It's another thing to show us on a planet in our inner solar system. And people are like, well, that's the thing. The Hubble focuses on galaxies that are 1 trillion million light years away, man. It is not meant to focus on icing or focus on Ceres or focus on something that might have actual value in your daily life. Hey, you know, that's just how the world is now, where people with just opinions can shout down those who have facts or good questions. Anyway, I hope your 4th of July weekend was better than mine. You know, hey, if every other YouTuber and astronomer out there has been pulling Ceres, Vesta, Mars, Earth alignments for a year, and they've already put them up so they could show you, then I apologize for being second or third or fourth. I'm pretty sure I'm first. Anyway, peace out. God bless everyone. Stay cool. This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents Ceres is one of the most fascinating mysteries and unknowns in our solar system. Warning, this Thor News video is meant for adults with a sense of humor. Due to the journalism and the writing, there will be a lot of sexual innuendo and some cussing. If you can't handle it, tap out now. Right now, the two asteroids are little more than a moon diameter apart, not far from the third magnitude star, Zeta Virginis. Happily, nearby Mars and Spica make excellent guides for finding Zeta. Once you're there, use binoculars and the more detailed map to track down Ceres and Vesta. I hadn't had sex in 2 years. Does that mean I'm a virgin? Too much information, I know. I'm sorry. In early July, they'll look like a double-wide star in binoculars. Oh, how cute. 2 asteroids come together to look like a trailer park. I wonder if the trailer park boys will be there. They're funny. Right, Julian? Bubbles. Bubbles, man. Bubbles hilarious. Vesta has always looked pale yellow to my eye. Will its color differ from Ceres? Sitting side by side, it will be easier than ever to compare them. Vesta is a stony asteroid with a surface composed of a solidified and meteoroid-battered lavas. Ceres is darker and covered with a mix of water, ice, and carbonaceous materials. On the night of the closest approach, it may be difficult to spot dimmer Ceres in binoculars. By pure coincidence, because that's all we believe in science, the 8-day-old moon will be very close to planet Mars and brighten up the neighborhood. We'll report more on that event in a future article. With so much happening the evening of July 5th, let's hope for a good round of clear skies. But, you know, astronomy.com offers a detailed finder's chart and a tip, just a tip, to help you confirm you have bagged Ceres and Vesta. That was a horrible verb, man. Bagged is not the term. Look again in the same field of stars the next night or two. 2 that have moved are asteroids. And while you were looking at these 2 giant space rocks, see, there you did it again. One's probably an aquarium. You know, Ceres is gonna have life. Andrew Fazycast, the night sky guy. The fact that you guys keep referring to like Ceres is just a rock is disingenuous. Did Congress make you do that, man? Do you have to sign some form where you're like, I promise to refer to Ceres as a totally boring object? Now can I be a professional journalist? Now can I get tweets from Amy Mainzer? Now can motherfuckers take me seriously? I promise to downplay the interesting crap. But hey, if you end up clouded out or don't have binoculars to catch this unique sky show, then slew.com will be broadcasting the historic asteroid encounter live online from their observatory in the Canary Islands. Whoa, are they the canary in the coal mine? Off of West Africa. That is exciting crap, and there are no comments. All right, then we'll kick it on over to the Sky Telescope. Super Close Pairing of Ceres and Asteroids by Ellen MacRobert. It's rare that two sizable asteroids pair together in the sky as closely as Ceres and Vesta. For the past few months, two of the biggest and brightest asteroids, Ceres 1, Vesta 4, have been gliding in parallel just 2 or 3 inches apart. Whoops, degrees. In East Virgo, the Virgin, this week, after the month-long dance, reaches its denouement as the king and queen of the asteroid belt appear to embrace closer than anyone has ever seen. Aw, that was sweet. So yes, Ceres is a chick, but bigger, and Vesta's the dude? Okay. And they're going to be in the sky tonight, all night long, all night, all night, all night long. How to spot Ceres and Vesta tonight. If you've always wanted to view an asteroid, this is a great opportunity. Right now, Ceres and Vesta pairing is moderately high in the southwest at nightfall. 30 degrees high if you're near the 40 degree north latitude. Oh, I feel like I'm about 70 degrees high towards the awesome latitude. I'm high on life, shut up! You'll have to track them down shortly after Twilight ends. Dude, Twilight ended like a year or two ago. She had a baby, I think. I don't know, I didn't watch that stuff. I saw like the first one, Return of Diamonds. That's the stupidest thing I have ever seen. Back on subject target. Mars and the star Spica are your starting points, as shown in the wide field chart below. This planet-star pairing has been tightening as well. Oh my God, with all the innuendos. They'll be joined on the evening of July 5th, which is tonight, by a just past first quarter moon that skirts especially close to Mars. We've got dancing, we've got skirts, we've got tightening, and we've got an embrace. Look 10 degrees above the planet-star combo. The width of your fist on an outstretched arm. Hezi, to find the third magnitude star Zeta Virginis, also known as Hezi. It's the faint peak of a narrow wizard hat-shaped triangle with Mars and Spica at its base. Are you talking about Ku Klux Klan wizards? They're the only wizards I've ever known that wear that stupid pointy hat thing you're talking about. And I don't think you want to give them any press, because they're all dumbasses. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't we all agree that if you're in the Ku Klux Klan, you're probably not the brightest star in the sky? If you will carefully note asteroid positions, once again with the innuendo, you should be able to monitor their night-to-night motion, once again with the innuendo, with respect to surrounding stars. These two dwarf planets were brightest when in opposition back in April. So it's basically saying if you disagree and argue, you're smarter than conforming. Did you hear that, science? And since then, since conforming and getting closer together, they've lost some of their luster. But remember this, so while they look close together in the sky, they are really not. Ceres has a much darker surface. Vesta is 42% shades of medium gray, while Ceres is a more typical dark gray-brown with an albedo of only 9%. Remember, albedo is the sex drive of a celestial body. So Ceres only thinks about sex 9% of the time. Now, how science measures this, I do not know. There's a giant wall between the public and science, so we never get to ask them questions like that. I guess my albedo is at about 50%. Quite near the two asteroids on the sky, though utterly invisible, is NASA's Dawn spacecraft. It's en route from its successful 2011 to 12 mission to Vesta to its next mapping project at Ceres, where it will begin to take up permanent orbit next March. That's exciting. Let's hope it doesn't break, fingers crossed. Hubble images reveal Ceres to have a patchwork of bright and dark markings. Hints of landscape, life, air, atmosphere, water, boobies. Hell yeah! Hey, there is no need to fret about any collision between them. However, period. What? Their proximity in the sky is simply an illusion created by their positions relative to each other and the Earth. In reality, some 46 million miles of space will separate the two asteroids. It's not a freaking asteroid, man. It's a dwarf planet. It's got life. It's got an atmosphere. It's got vegetation. It's probably got Starbucks. Why are you just calling it an asteroid, man? Ceres is one of the most fascinating mysteries and unknowns in our solar system. And I'm not buying the crap that we don't even need to pontificate or ask questions until 2015. That crap does not wash with me. So the fact that you guys are just talking about Ceres is just an asteroid. Oh yeah, it's got some ice and rocky properties. Whatever, man. God, I'm so confused. Like, why does science make the things they can make interesting extra boring? Like, we have the comet C-2014 E2 Jacques on the frickin' stereo HI2 camera, and they skip like 2.5 days of photographs of it. And it's like, this is the most interesting it's going to get on the stereo cameras that we know. So why wouldn't you be giving us like a photo of every freaking 5 minutes? You know, it's like when they have the Super Bowl, they show you the whole thing. They don't just show you like 5 minutes of the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Warning, the narrator and creator of this video is about to say foul language. Man, shit is so fucked up these days. I mean, he's about to use foul language. I'll say foul language too, dude. Foul language? See for yourself. After July 5th, the two ships passing in the night will start to drift apart. However, they will remain within 5 degrees of each other until July 11th. You should see for yourself. Start your asteroid hunt with the brightest beacons of Mars and Spica. Mars, and Spica. They will help point the way to the much fainter field of stars right above them, where your targets lie. Word of note to those people who mention that though the information I provide may be great, and the visuals I provide may be the greatest, by me acting like Bill or Ted, or Beavis and Butthead, it's hard for them to take it seriously. Well, let me tell you this, man. I'm sick and tired of people taking themselves way too seriously. That's the thing, like, people are like, I'm serious all the time, so people take me seriously. Which I guess why everybody in the world stopped being funny, because they're scared to be laughed at and not be taken seriously. And I know I'm a genius, and I know I make good videos, and I leave the majority of the thinking up to you. I guess that's why people don't take me so seriously. And I'm okay with that, because shit is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't spend a lot of time wishing the world was a perfecter place. Because wishes are fishes and deep in the sea. Bishes and mishes always believe. Damn you, Jon Stewart! Please, Lord, don't damn Jon Stewart. All right, National Geographic, you got anything to add? Ceres and Vesta, two of the biggest and brightest asteroids in the solar system, offer skywatchers a record-breaking rendezvous. Whoa! Great, now we have a record-breaking sexual innuendo. Science, man. You guys need to science less and do more making out, dancing, and dip kissing, you know? Get it out of your system. Or travel to a country where prostitution's legal or something. You know, have you ever heard that at dwarf conventions, you know, dwarfs, little people, they have a high rate of people falling in love and getting married? Is there anyone who can relate to being a dwarf? Imagine a dwarf can. Ain't that right, Sedna and Eris? That's why I think Sedna MVP 113 might get married. Does marriage change in orbit? Hell yeah! Okay. So you think science conventions would be the same freaking thing, man? Like they just had a asteroid, comets, and meteors convention in Helsinki. Right? You'd think it'd be the same thing. And then just scientists would be pairing up right and left. You know? Scientists are a lot like dwarfs. Scientists are like dwarf humans. But I've yet to meet a scientist as cool as Tyrion. And then I guess I haven't met many scientists, because when they get close enough, they just throw rotten vegetables at me. Yeah, seriously, like, it's always rotten vegetables. It is never rotten fruits. And that hurts my feelings. I may be Thor, but I still have feelings. Not since their discovery more than 200 years ago. Why don't you just say when their discovery was? Did you not want to Google that shit, dude? Man, you guys are lazy. Anyway, yeah, same crap. It's a good photo. All right, happy July 5th. I get to talk about one of my two favorite subjects in astronomy. That would be Ceres. The other one is Sedna. Hey, look, I managed to squeeze both of them in. Tonight, they shall be giant in the sky and very close together.
Hey, look, somebody from NASA's modern space program doing the spacewalk. If that isn't irony, I don't know what is.
This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents
Astonishers, mount up.
Dwarf Planetoid series. Series, theories, mysteries, and conspiracies.
So they sent Dawn out to Vesta and then Ceres. And they're like, hey, Vesta's just a rock. We're like, cool. What about Ceres? You told us it's got a lot of water. And they're like, just wait, man. We're not there yet. We'll get there soon. And I was like, oh, crap. You know, after icing, if I follow this thing and it fizzles out, you know, I don't know. So, snap, crackle, pop, fizzle, twice. Radiation blast delays NASA's spacecraft arrival at dwarf planet Ceres by Elizabeth Howe. You may know her from Gilligan's Island. Ms. Howe. September 17th, 2014. And out of 8 billion people on the planet, 119 of them gave a shit enough to Google 1+ it. Sweet. It's only proper that we start at asteroid number 1, Ceres. Seriously, bro? Yeah. Ceres is the daughter of Sirius. Ceres used to be a planet for hundreds of years. Then it got demoted. Then the history books erased why it got demoted. It's in between Mars and Jupiter. Now, Jupiter gives off more heat than can be explained. Sun gives off a lot of heat. Mars lost its atmosphere. Earth has life. Ceres, tons of water. It has an atmosphere. It's got water volcanoes shooting into space. And you got like a zillion things on Mars. Artists' conception of the NASA Dawn spacecraft approaching Ceres. NASA's Dawn spacecraft experienced technical problems in the past week that will force it to arrive at dwarf planet Ceres 1 month later than planned. So they missed the deadline, the agency said in a statement yesterday. And hey, guess what? The Guardian is talking about how, hey, NASA will miss goal to find 90% of nearby potentially dangerous asteroids. Agency's efforts are poorly coordinated and understaffed despite budget increase, says report by its Inspector General. NASA will not meet a goal ordered by Congress to find 90% of nearby and potentially dangerous asteroids larger than 460 meters. NASA will not meet a goal ordered by Congress to find 90% of nearby and potentially dangerous asteroids larger than 460 feet or 140 meters in diameter, the agency's Inspector General said on Monday. The shortfall comes despite a tenfold increase in NASA's annual budget over the past 5 years, from $4 million in 2009 to $40 million in 2014, to track and assess potentially dangerous asteroids and comets. So-called? What do you mean so-called, man? Near-Earth objects, or NEOs, which are the ones that fly within 28 million miles, or 45 million kilometers of Earth. NASA estimates that it has identified only about 10% of all asteroids 140 meters and larger. Given its current pace and resources, NASA stated it will not meet the goal of identifying 90% of such objects by 2020. Alright, so they're not meeting that goal, so everybody could die. Now over here, they're not meeting the Ceres goal, which I was excited about for many reasons, which I've documented several videos of. Controllers discovered Dawn was in safe mode September. What? Crap. Really? See? Okay. Controllers discovered Dawn was in safe mode on September 11th after radiation disabled its ion engine, which uses electrical fields to push the spacecraft along. The radiation stopped all engine thrusting activities. The thrusting resumed Monday after controllers identified and fixed the problem. But then they found another anomaly troubling the spacecraft. Oh, science doesn't use the word anomaly much. I guess just when discussing their mistakes. And they're going to be like, wasn't a mistake. You know, it was magic unseen radiation coming from a brown dwarf. Uh-oh. What the hell? NASA's Dawn spacecraft experienced technical problems in the past week that will force it to arrive at Dwarf planet Ceres 1 month later than planned. Well, I guess I'm glad I didn't finish my most exciting year in astronomy part 2 2015. And where did this radiation come from? Could cars run on ion engines? Are there electrical fields on Earth? Dawn's main antenna was also disabled, forcing the spacecraft to send signals to Earth through a weaker secondary antenna and slowing communications. A 53-minute round trip by light speed. That's funny. The cause of this problem hasn't been figured out yet, but controllers suspect radiation affected the computer software. A computer reset has solved the issue, NASA says. The spacecraft is now functioning normally. Wow. So all they gotta do is computer reset Fukushima, and the radiation problem will be fixed. Good to know. Control delete, turn it off, turn back on. Vesta left, and Ceres middle. Vesta was photographed up close by the Dawn spacecraft from July 2011 to September 2012. 2012. While the best views we have to date of Ceres come from the Hubble Space Telescope taken in 2004, before they reconstituted it. They haven't taken another photograph, and the bright white spot is still a mystery. Now here's the deal, man. If Dawn breaks, at this point it's 50-50. But I still got hope in an Asteroid Fight Club, so Dawn is not lost. But if it does get lost, that's the first thing you gotta do. I need everybody march down there, turn the Hubble to Ceres and zoom in and focus. And if you don't have anybody there who knows how to focus well, I'm a professional focuser. Okay? Sweet. As a result of the change in the thrust plan, that's what she said. Dawn will enter into orbit around dwarf planet Ceres, also known as asteroid numero uno, La Mejor. Asteroid La Mejor? Sweet. Awesome. Yes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Asteroid Fight Club. It's only proper that on a day where NASA gets a failing grade in 2 different subjects, though technically they are the same subjects. We're talking about asteroids and asteroid number 1. Hey, Northrop Grumman. They're the ones building the James Webb Telescope. Hey, dudes. Why you mad, bro?
NASA Johnson style.
Draco Malfoy. All right, peace out. Expecto Patronus. Yeah, I know. Okay. Alien space underwear in your face. I, Thor of Thor News, be presenting this presentation.
Active volcanoes.
Enjoy. Stay cool. This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents. Here at Thor News, I do my best to walk the line between religion and science. Like Forrest Gump said, it's a little bit of both. And so, symbolism is, was, and always will be very important to people. And that the planets themselves contain some type of strange energy that cannot be defined by religion or science. Mars has always been associated with war. And now that we've gone there and we've put up about 100 robots, yes, it seems like a planet that was destroyed by war. War turns you into an orange freak, I guess. And my point is that, as Nostradamus said, in 1999, terror would come from the skies and war would reign happily ever after. Well, we've been in a 14-year period where war has reigned the hearts, the minds, and the souls of people all over the world. So it is with great joy and optimism and will that I bring you Ceres, the planet of heaven, the planet of hope, the planet of dreams, the planet of growth. Alright, let's do our recap for all newcomers. The Dawn spacecraft will be arriving at Ceres in the end of March 2015. The New Horizons spacecraft will be arriving at Pluto July 14th, 2015. Ceres used to be a planet thousands of years, except for the periods of time where the angry kings would demote her out of spite. She is between Mars and Jupiter in the Asteroid Belt, and she has a whole host of guardians and suitors. And thank God she got named a long time ago. She might have ended up with, she'd have been named after a bad guy. Darth Vader was a douche. So Ceres is the hero in the story. And Pluto might be the daughter of Pluto. So the offspring of a bad guy can be good, Our solar system will drastically change within the next 7 months. Ceres has an atmosphere. Ceres has more fresh water than Earth. Ceres has vegetation. Ceres has an atmosphere. Ceres has more fresh water than Earth. Ceres has vegetation. Asterisk. Ceres has life. That's a Thor news guess. Bet, shall we say. Ceres is in this magic place between Jupiter and Mars. It's right on the edge of what is known as the habitable zone. The habitable zone is a very mercurial place. Okay, whatever. And while Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin, having fun bombarding Mars with robots, brobots, she-bots, he-bots, they-bots. Ceres has been getting no love. As I told you, money and power can't get you the love of a good woman. So she got banished. And the moon, the sun, the planets, the stars, Mother Earth, they enjoy it when you pay attention to them. We all need a little love, We all need love and attention. And then there's Pluto, hell, the underworld, a punisher, a man. Science went freaking hog wild with the moons. They're all bad guys. We got a lot of players in this story. But somehow, I can't imagine a better tale to use as an analogy for everything going on in the world between now and 2017 than Ceres is heaven, Mars is war, and Pluto as hell. Who knows, maybe Pluto's hiding a bunch of shit, man. Beyond the Kuiper Belt. Be a fun place to explore. If we give up war, I would guess within a decade everybody would have their own spaceship. Or everybody who wanted one. Can you imagine cruising around the solar system in your Mustang, or your Corvette, or your Honda? I'm rooting for a beautiful future. And this is a semi-free will choose your own adventure. And with NASA and Lockheed Martin taking a beautiful post-lame duck step with the Orion spacecraft, if the launch should give you a glimpse of the power we have at our fingertips. So now that the headmaster of Hogwarts NASA division has gone on a 2-year golf vacation, it's time for us, the people, to choose what direction we want our American space program to go. All your good dreams can be very real. The hell's everybody so pissed off about, man? I recommend joining me on this epic adventure. NASA as well. And even if you don't follow me, follow this story. This is the coolest story around. 2015 is going to be a legendary year. I guarantee you. 2015 is going to be a legendary year. I guarantee you. Asterisk, I'm not supposed to guarantee anything.
See, everybody, dwarf planet Ceres is just a big, stupid rock. There's nothing to get excited about. There's nothing to see here. I mean, yeah, I got excited about it, but I'm a dumbass.
Stay cool. Hit the button, baby. This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents...
Well, we have the latest, greatest images out on dwarf planet Planetoid Ceres. And honestly, my first emotion is best expressed by the face on the bottom of planet Ceres, which is the giant frowning face, going, oh crap. Ceres is a Roman goddess, so of course this story is a Greek tragic comedy. Or is it comedic tragedy? I'm gonna go with what Forrest Gump said, probably a little bit of both. You mean to tell me we're gonna get there and they're gonna show us a giant rock like Vesta? I mean, there's still a chance that it'll look like the Jupiter moon where it's ice on the outside, water on the inside. I don't know how that works. Maybe it's methane water. What is kind of weird is it looks like they're the three dots. They're almost like the pyramid placement on Mars leading up to Mount Olympus. So it kind of looks like a cross between the moon and Europa. That's a downer. Man, January was awesome. February, why do you have to suck so bad? Seriously, giant lumpy rock that's reached hydrostatic equilibrium. The giant frowning face. Ceres. The state's got more fresh water than Earth. I guess it's trapped in the middle. Man, are we gonna drop a CubeSat on that thing? I think we should. If you guys are you gonna tell us? NASA Jet Propulsion Lab tweets Ceres in its sights. NASA's dawn gets ever closer to the dwarf planet. Here, 90,000 miles away. Well, man, it doesn't look very exciting. Doesn't it have any color? Are all the cameras really black and white? We know so amazingly little about our inner solar system, about our outer solar system. We spend so much time on all these stars, looking for dark matter, looking for the origin of the universe. And we know so little about our solar system. Does that make any sense to you? It's almost like we gave up on the moon, and we're like, don't worry, we're going to Mars in 2030. Just wait 80 years and everything will be great. And it's like, what? I guess I'm Punch, and you're Judy. Man, alright. Well, Cupid keeps shooting me in the butt with frowny arrows. That's cool, man. I can handle it. Pretty tough. Emotionally. Why does everything have volcanoes? How does the whole volcano thing fit in the accretion disk theory, where a giant cloud of gas and dust gets so heavy in zero gravity, it collapses upon itself, and then it differentiates itself into stars, gas giants, rocky planets, and then it has volcanoes in the middle. Don't make no damn sense, man. That don't make no sense at all. I mean, if Saturn's shooting out moons, then the sun's probably shooting out planets. That seems to make sense. Alright, well, okay. It's score 1 point for Mars, and Mars is winning like 100-0, so that sucks. Alright. 90,000 miles to go. I'm almost there. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to change my Swim Ceres posters to Walk on Ceres posters. Doesn't sound anywhere near as exciting, you know? Maybe Moon Buggy on Ceres? Do the Moon Buggy Boogie? Do the Ceres Moon Buggy Boogie. Nah, that's okay, right? I don't know. The more it looks like a rock, the less exciting it is. Hey, can somebody do a fancy experiment for me where ice forms in a hydrostatic equilibrium, meaning round, like a ball, with a bit of a bulge at the equator? You don't have to be perfect now, lassie. Here you go. Oh my god! Ceres is made of half dark matter. No, they probably just haven't photographed that part of it yet. Interesting to say the least. Alright. Alright. Now, when somebody kicks you in the nuts, you don't ever laugh about it when you get kicked in the nuts or soon after. But you know, after time, once your nuts heal, you can laugh about it. Today is not that day. I'm putting proverbial ice on my proverbial genitalia right now, as I'm curled up in a proverbial fetal position on the proverbial floor. Alright, good times. Can't wait to see all the journalism adjectives to describe this. It's boring moon rock, sweet. Just what I always wanted. I got the Ceres moon buggy blues. Baby, you know what to do. See everybody? Dwarf planet Ceres is just a big stupid rock. There's nothing to get excited about. There's nothing to see here. I mean, yeah, I got excited about it, but I'm a dumbass. And a lot of times I let my childhood optimism creep through. Nothing to see, just a giant stupid rock. It's as boring as the moon. Oy vey. Peace out. God bless everybody. Seriously? Yeah, seriously.
Stay cool. This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents When you're straight, neutron stars come out of the rain. When you're straight.
Come right here, haven't seen you in years. Let me buy a couple burgers and a couple of beers for you. Hold it down, fill it up. Hold it down, fill it up. Hold it down, fill it up.
Liftoff. All right, liftoff, and the clock is starting.
Godspeed, John Glenn.
For the eyes of the world, now look into space, to the moon, and to the planets beyond.
Heaven and Hell, Ceres and Pluto.
And liftoff at dawn, the dawn of Orion, and a new era of American space exploration.
Heaven and Hell, Ceres and Pluto. A Thor News, choose your own adventure, semi-free will story. Guest starring Dawn, New Horizons, Pluto, Ceres, NASA, and a whole host of other players. Let the games begin, party people. 2015 is going to be a legendary year, I guarantee you. This is the coolest story around. And these are, by far, the most exciting astronomical occurrences since we landed on the moon. If you want to get down to brass tacks, there are no more fascinating stories than these two. Both planets hold questions that not even Google knows the answer to. That is how cool these stories are.
Our progress in space, taking giant steps for all mankind, is a tribute to American teamwork and excellence.
Liftoff in the ignition, and we have liftoff.
He had a lot to prove, I know. Just let the chips fall where they may. They made a choice, but he preferred. It's been 18 years with too many beers. We thought he'd always have a brother and he'd always be here for good. Hold it down, fill it up. Hold it down, fill it up. Hold it down, fill it up. Came down to Texas from PA. Didn't know how short it would be. Lost out loud as a no one song. Come right here, haven't seen you in years. Let me buy a couple burgers and a couple of beers for you. Hold it down, fill it up. Hold it down, fill it up. Hold it down, fill it up.
There were other people. Why should you be the only one involved?
But I am involved. We are all involved.
I need your love. This is a Thor News presentation.
Doesn't matter what I believe.
Hit the button, baby.
The people have the right to fight for their lives.
But how can such a woman fool so many?
How does any Eve do it?
Ceres is a planet in our inner solar system, and it probably has life. Now, lift your skirt and cough, proto-planet. Oh, baby, you sure are special. How special is she? She is the only dwarf planet in our inner solar system. She is such a mystery. Hidden is her history. So special, she is one of the #1 candidates in our solar system to harbor extraterrestrial life. It's so special. It's got more fresh water than planet Earth. So special, I've started a new series about her. Alright, there's a lot of weirdness around this planet. Asteroid, dwarf planet, planetoid.
The golden girl, the cover girl, the girl next door, the girl on the moon.
The more I learn, the more I don't know. And the more I have to learn. Crazy how that works. Ceres.
You know we got a satellite, Dawn, that'll be showing up in 2015? Yep. Dwarf planet, planetoid, Ceres. Ceres theories, mysteries, and conspiracies. Ceres is one of the most fascinating mysteries and unknowns in our solar system.
Completely different world. The true story of a Hollywood legend.
And action!
See everybody, dwarf planet, Ceres is just a big, stupid rock. There's nothing to get excited about.
And please stop acting as if I were the Queen Mother. Sorry, I didn't
Outside of a beehive, Margot, your behavior would hardly be considered either queenly or motherly.
You're in a beehive, pal, didn't you know? We're all busy little bees, full of stings, making honey day and night. Aren't we, honey?
There's nothing to get excited about. There's nothing to see here. I mean, yeah, I got excited about it, but I'm a dumbass.
In 10 years, you'll never know this even happened.
Dad, answer her. Stand up!
Stay cool. Hit the button, baby.
What's so funny?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Everything. Everything's so funny.
And honestly, my first emotion is best expressed by the face on the bottom of planet Ceres, which is the giant frowning face going, oh crap.
So you've pointed out so often.
Ceres is a Roman goddess, so of course this story is a Greek tragic comedy, or is it comedic tragedy?
Eve has insatiable ambition and talent. An improbable person with a contempt for humanity, an inability to love or be loved.
You're tearing me apart!
What?
You say one thing, he says another, and everybody changes back again!
So it kind of looks like a cross between the moon and Europa. That's a downer. Man, January was awesome. February, why do you have to suck so bad?
In 10 years, you'll never know this even happened.
Dad, answer her. Stand up!
Seriously, giant lumpy rock that's reached hydrostatic equilibrium. The giant frowning face.
This is all going too fast for me.
You better give me something. You better give me something fast.
See everybody, dwarf planet Ceres is just a big stupid rock. There's nothing to get excited about. Wait, scratch that and reverse it. I know you like the way I work it. Looks like we've got some mystery on Ceres after all. Or do we? So it's like, oh great, it's another Rosetta where they're like, yeah, nothing to see here. But then they threw us a red herring. And by red herring, I mean blinking lights on a planet. But it's got binary, highly reflective, white dots. So Ceres just got weirder.
Didn't you know?
Of course I knew.
Just slipped your mind.
Find out.
So we'll keep paying attention. What are your wild theories on what it is? I would like to know. This story's fascinating, just like you, baby. And what's up with just the single photographs, man? I mean, This is 2015. You know?
This is all going too fast for me.
You better give me something. You better give me something fast.
Provide him with suitable weapons. Weapons of divine temper. A helmet, a shield, a sword.
Find and fulfill your destiny.
The myth. The magic. The mystery. The majesty.
너에게 날 맞추지 마. 나에게 더 바라지 마. 거품처럼 커진 맘을 버블 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 팝 버블 버블 팝 팝. 있는 그대로 생각해봐. 보이는 대로 날 바라봐줘. 거품처럼 커진 맘을 버블 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 팝 버블 버블 팝 팝.
Wait, scratch that and reverse it. I know you like the way I work it.